Folks, I don't want to dwell on what Miami didn't do, what the Heat didn't do, what the bench didn't do, how LeBron carried his weight and no one else on the team picked up the slack, how Eric Spoelstra is probably one of the worst fucking coaches to have 2 rings. I don't want to dwell on that. Because the bigger story here, and frankly, one of the biggest stories in the modern era in sports period, is this San Antonio Spurs team. And people need to buck up and give them some credit. I'm tired of turning on SportsCenter. Just today, seen 12-minute interview segment on SportsCenter with LeBron James talking about how devastating this is. What's so devastating about losing to the number 1 team in the NBA? The team that won more games than anyone else. Okay, sure, they're the 2-time defending champs, and it is a bit upsetting. People had them favored to win, had, LeBron James already probably just put that 3rd ring on his finger already. But my God, we saw this matchup last year, and frankly, San Antonio was the better team, but the better team doesn't necessarily always win. And when I say that, I don't want you to think that, the Miami Heat was just a piss-poor team that got a lucky, 4 wins in that series. They were an evenly matched team. It's just luck tipped the favor to Miami. Not here to talk about the past. What I'm here to dwell on is this San Antonio Spurs team is historic as one of the single greatest teams in basketball history. Popovich and Duncan have 5 rings. Popovich has won rings on the same team over the span of 15 years. That is unprecedented. That is insane. That is ungodly. But yet the big story is, what did the Heat do wrong? Why didn't Dwayne Wade play well? Blah, 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 blah. What time is Spoelstra's tanning appointment today? What did LeBron eat for lunch yesterday? Shut the fuck up with all the Heat talk. I know I'm mentioning a little bit here and there. I'm just trying to, paint the picture of why it's so fucked up that this Spurs team and the Spurs fan base, of which there are a lot more real fans than there is in the little flimsy world that's known as Miami. But then again, if I lived in Miami, I wouldn't care about sports either. So to be fair to the Miami fans that frankly couldn't sell out 1 World Series game for the Marlins when they beat the Yankees and the Indians. They couldn't sell out 1 game down there. They didn't really show up till LeBron signed a contract and took his talents to South Beach. Those San Antonio Spurs fans, I feel for you guys. I'm a lowly Sixers fan over here. I got no horse in this race, and I just wanted to see good ball. And I wanted to see a team that deserved to win, and that's what happened. And it wasn't just wins, it was just outright dom a fucking nation. 20-plus point victories, back-to-back wins at Miami. They did this team dirty. It was just vicious. It was a team that didn't give up, had a sound game plan. Popovich has got that team clicking on so many cylinders. And here you got Commissioner fining him, Popovich in the regular season because he didn't want to play his starters in certain games. Popovich has a game plan where he knows how to get the best out of his guys. He knows to bench guys, to rest them, to go into his bench when he has to get a bunch of players on his bench that can contribute. Unlike what you saw with Miami. Shit, look at halftime last night in Game 5. The bench points were 2 points for Miami, 22 points for San Antonio. That is just fucking filthy. Outright filthy. Oh, we're gonna fine you, Popovich, because you're resting your players, because people pay hard-earned money to see the top stars in this league play. You know what? As a fan, I want to see a good team make it to the end and win. And that's what you saw. You saw a team that dominated the regular season, went into the playoffs, had its hardest test in the first round against the 8th seed Mavericks. My God, I thought the Mavericks were actually going to eliminate the Spurs. But they went through that. Went on in the finals to dish out another series loss to OKC. OKC is that team that's right on the edge there, and they're gonna be a team that gets a few rings in the next few years. But anyway, my point being is this Spurs team. People should just be fucking bowing. If you're not bowing and you just sell out because the Spurs are the boring team, the boring team, it's not Lob City like the Clippers are and shit like that. You're the type of people that see a movie like Transformers and you say, oh my god, that was the greatest movie ever. It should win every Oscar because it looks so good. It had explosions and big CG robots. Shut the fuck up. I mean, it's people like that that don't understand what fundamental sound basketball is. What seeing a team that was taken from the scrap heap, assembled, and taken to the promised land 5 times over. This is a team that didn't have to go out there and seek the big free agent. This is a team that built off of just Elliott being there, David Robinson being there, drafted Duncan onto this team, got guys like Ginobili, Parker, all these contributors. Guys that are going on into the Hall of Fame. Guys that didn't have to pack up their talents and take them to South Beach because they don't like the way that the management and the other team was treating them and didn't put players around them, etc., etc. The San Antonio Spurs, and to the fans, and to that team, I just want to say, it's been a fucking pleasure as a basketball fan to see that team play. And to anyone, like I said, that sells out because, like, you know, you don't see Tim Duncan in commercials everywhere. You don't see him with a big, you know, Nike deal or anything like that. You don't understand good basketball. You really don't. Anyway, here's hoping the Spurs win another title, unless my Sixers are somehow a contender, which probably won't be for a few years from now. But we got a 3 and a 10, and we're trying to trade over to get that first pick. But anyway, this was just fabulous. Just one final note that I want to end on. This is really the one main thing I want to address with the Spurs. And no, it's not the fact that I think Eric Spoelstra should just be fucking fired because he's more worried about his tanning schedule than he is practice and getting his guys on. We all know LeBron James is the coach and GM of that team anyway. Spoelstra is just there to look pretty and look as a good representation of South Beach. There's one specific person I want to talk to out there, and that is Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh, you know, all right, you made that guarantee that the Heat were going to win in San Antonio last night in Game 5. I just want to know one thing. How does Manu Ginobili's nuts taste when he fucking dropped that dirty bomb dunk on you? How does it know? How does it feel knowing some guy well over his prime in basketball years, Mr. Bald Spot from Argentina, dropped a dirty bomb fucking dunk on your head while he had his nuts in your mouth? Oh my god, I'd like to see how you're going to recover from that one. That's what you get for dropping a guarantee when you have a sorry-ass scrub team that had no chance in hell of coming back against a real fucking team of champions. And frankly, they should have won last year because you know as well as I do that they were the better team last year too. But you know what? Sit there and just go ahead and all sit out on the beach in South Beach. Sit there with those real fans in Miami. All those real fans that frankly didn't give a shit about this team till LeBron packed up his suitcase from Cleveland and you all of a sudden started to buy James jerseys. Anyways, to the San Antonio fans and to San Antonio, the place that has actual real fans that don't just show up when the big free agent gets signed, congratulations. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the Spurs. And as a fan of basketball, thoroughly pleased with what happened. And my God, this totally fucking redeems them for what they did last year, especially Ginobili. Woo! Did he bail out his shitty performance from last year? Oh my God. Danny Green, I don't know what the hell happened to you. You kind of just trailed off from what you did last year. Well, at least in Game 5. Anyway, good on you, Spurs. 5th fucking ring for Duncan and Popovich, and my God, Popovich, on the conversation as far as the Mount Rushmore of who's the best coach of all time, and Duncan, he sure as fuck is up there with the best forwards of all time. Right up there with Magic. I'll take him over Magic Johnson right now. I said it. Have a good day, everyone. And let's go Sixers. In a few years. Do more videos on this back porch now that the weather's good. Anyways, take care, everyone.